Which of the following best describes soft power in international relations? A. The use of military force to influence another country. B. The ability to influence others through cultural or ideological appeal. C. Imposing economic sanctions to achieve political objectives. D. Negotiating treaties with binding legal consequences. Answer: B. Soft power is the ability of a country to shape the preferences of others through appeal and attraction rather than coercion or force. A foreign service officer is negotiating an agreement in a country with high-context communication. What should they prioritize? A. Direct, explicit language. B. Avoiding personal relationships. C. Using formal contracts immediately. D. Understanding nonverbal cues and context. Answer: D. High-context cultures rely heavily on implicit communication, body language, and relationships, requiring careful attention to context. The principle of reciprocity in diplomacy means: A. Treating allies better than adversaries. B. Returning similar concessions or favors. C. Avoiding engagement with rival nations. D. Enforcing strict trade barriers. Answer: B. Reciprocity involves providing similar concessions, privileges, or benefits in response to what another state has offered, fostering cooperation. Which type of intelligence is primarily gathered through open sources like media and public documents? A. Humant. B. Sigint. C. Osint. D. Imint. Answer: C. Open source intelligence, OSINT, is information collected from publicly available sources such as newspapers, websites, and social media. In crisis diplomacy, what is a back-channel communication method? A. Using official press releases. B. Confidential communication outside formal channels. C. Sending ambassadors only. D. Relying on social media statements. Answer: B. Back-channels are private, informal lines of communication used to negotiate or exchange information discreetly. When a nation invokes diplomatic immunity, it means: A. Diplomats can act without any restrictions. B. Immunity applies to criminal acts only. C. Diplomats may vote in host country elections. D. Diplomatic agents are protected from local laws in certain contexts. Answer: D. Diplomatic immunity protects foreign diplomats from prosecution or legal action under host country laws for official acts. The term multilateral diplomacy refers to: A. Negotiation between two countries. B. Negotiation involving multiple countries or international organizations. C. Military alliances only. D. Covert diplomatic operations. Answer: B. Multilateral diplomacy involves discussions and negotiations among multiple states or entities, such as in the UN or WTO. Which historical event best illustrates the concept of realism in international relations? A. Formation of the League of Nations. B. Creation of UNESCO. C. Paris Climate Agreement. D. Cold War power struggles and balance of power. Answer: D. Realism focuses on power, national interest, and survival, exemplified by the geopolitical strategies of the Cold War era. Which of the following is a primary function of a consulate? A. Negotiating treaties. B. Issuing visas and assisting citizens abroad. C. Declaring war. D. Conducting intelligence operations. Answer: B. Consulates provide services such as visas, citizen protection, and fostering trade relations, not high-level diplomatic negotiations. In international trade, a non-tariff barrier could include: A. Import quotas. B. Customs duties. C. Tariff reductions. D. Currency devaluation. Answer: A. Non-tariff barriers, such as quotas, licensing requirements, and standards, restrict trade without imposing direct taxes. Which strategy best promotes conflict resolution in a failed state? A. Imposing economic sanctions alone. B. Engaging local stakeholders in negotiation and peacebuilding. C. Military occupation without consultation. D. Ignoring local governance structures. Answer: B. Sustainable peace requires engagement with local actors to address root causes and negotiate agreements collaboratively. The principle of sovereignty in international law means: A. No state can enter another state without consent. B. States must always agree to UN mandates. C. Diplomats can ignore host laws. D. Trade is free between countries. Answer: A. Sovereignty ensures that each state controls its own territory and affairs without external interference. What is the primary goal of a Foreign Service officer assigned to economic affairs? A. Monitor global health crises. B. Promote national economic interests and trade. C. Conduct espionage operations. D. Enforce immigration law. Answer: B. Economic officers focus on trade, investment, sanctions, and economic policy to advance their nation's economic interests abroad. The term Track 2 diplomacy refers to: A. Negotiation led by official government representatives. B. Informal dialogue between non-government actors. C. Military negotiation. D. Official treaty signing. Answer: B. Track 2 diplomacy involves academics, NGOs, and influential private actors to support conflict resolution or policy dialogue. A protocol breach in diplomacy could include: A. Entering a foreign embassy without permission. B. Following all ceremonial rules. C. Conducting scheduled meetings. D. Using official channels. Answer: A. Breaching protocol occurs when established norms of diplomatic conduct, such as unauthorized entry or disrespect, are violated. Which of the following is a common challenge for FSOs working in fragile states? A. Overabundance of resources. B. Limited security and infrastructure. C. Excessive international support. D. Uniform political stability. Answer: B. Fragile states often present risks like insecurity, weak governance, and limited access to services, challenging FSOs in their mission. In cross-cultural negotiation, an FSO should: A. Assume their own negotiation style will succeed. B. Focus solely on written contracts. C. Avoid listening to local partners. D. Research and adapt to local cultural norms. Answer: D. Successful negotiation requires understanding local customs, communication styles, and decision-making processes. A key difference between an embassy and a consulate is: A. Only embassies are located abroad. B. Embassies handle state-level diplomacy, consulates provide citizen services. C. Consulates declare war. D. Embassies manage visas exclusively. Answer: B. Embassies engage in high-level diplomatic relations, while consulates provide administrative and citizen support services. Which document sets the formal rules for diplomatic immunity? A. Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. B. UN Charter. C. NATO Treaty. D. Geneva Protocol. Answer: A. The Vienna Convention of 1961 outlines diplomatic privileges, including immunity and inviolability of diplomats. An FSO is assigned to crisis management during a natural disaster. Which is their priority? A. Personal travel arrangements. B. Ensuring the safety of citizens and staff. C. Publishing press releases only. D. Negotiating trade deals. Answer: B. Protecting human life and coordinating emergency response are the top priorities during crises. What is the primary purpose of a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) in diplomacy? A. To create legally binding obligations. B. To express mutual intent or agreement without legal enforceability. C. To authorize military action. D. To declare a state of war. Answer: B. MOUs are agreements expressing intent or cooperation but are not legally binding treaties. Which type of negotiation is most likely when parties have fundamentally opposing interests? A. Integrative negotiation. B. Informal dialogue. C. Consensus-based negotiation. D. Distributive negotiation. Answer: D. Distributive negotiations involve dividing limited resources and often create win-lose outcomes. A démarche in diplomatic terms refers to A. A type of visa. B. A formal diplomatic representation of a government's position. C. A military maneuver. D. A trade agreement. Answer: B. A démarche communicates official positions, requests, or protests to a foreign government. Which approach helps prevent corruption in international programs? A. Strong oversight and transparent reporting. B. Ignoring local laws. C. Sole reliance on local partners. D. Minimal monitoring. Answer: A. Oversight, auditing, and transparency reduce corruption risks in international initiatives. In FSOT, cultural intelligence primarily refers to A. Ability to memorize foreign laws. B. Understanding and adapting to diverse cultural contexts. C. Technical proficiency with IT systems. D. Military strategic knowledge. Answer: B. Cultural intelligence is the capacity to navigate and adapt effectively in cross-cultural environments. A country is engaging in economic statecraft when it A. Invades neighboring nations. B. Sends cultural ambassadors abroad. C. Conducts espionage. D. Uses trade and sanctions to achieve foreign policy goals. Answer: D. Economic statecraft uses financial tools like sanctions or incentives to influence other nations' behavior. What is the purpose of a demilitarized zone, DMZ? A. Promote trade. B. Reduce risk of military conflict. C. Increase taxation. D. Host diplomatic summits only. Answer: B. DMZs are established to separate military forces and prevent conflict between adversaries. Which quality is essential for FSOs working in politically unstable regions? A. Flexibility and adaptability. B. Strict adherence to routine only. C. Ignoring local conditions. D. Avoiding communication with locals. Answer: A. FSOs must adapt to rapidly changing conditions while maintaining safety and mission objectives. When preparing a country briefing, an FSO should focus on A. Only historical facts. B. Current political, economic, and security issues. C. Personal opinions. D. Ignoring diplomatic context. Answer: B. Effective briefings summarize relevant current information for decision-making and policy guidance. Which of the following is a key feature of public diplomacy? A. Engaging foreign publics to influence perceptions and policy. B. Negotiating arms deals exclusively. C. Conducting secret intelligence operations. D. Administering trade tariffs. Answer: A. Public diplomacy focuses on communicating and building relationships with foreign populations to advance national interests.